So this clown, Luca Lampariello, have a live stream now. And of course he's speaking in English. And when I asked him to make a live stream with me where I test him or where I bring native speakers in those 15 languages that he said that he can speak, then he never responded me. But he have time here to make a live stream here. You have time to make a live stream. Then why you did not accept my challenge to make a live stream with me where I bring native speakers to test you in those 15 languages that you say that you can speak?
Because I don't want to read another screen. I just listen to it. I mark the words that I don't know. The AI beautifully translates the entire page because it understands the context. Nowadays, the processing speed and it's amazing. And then I understand everything. So what I'm doing is I'm bridging the gap between B1 and C1 because with this little tool, Google trick, I can call it a trick. This has become super nice. It takes me 2 seconds to scan the page. Yes, it's not like I'm reading as if I were reading an Italian or a language and but it's really rewarding because I do 10 pages a day. I go through them rather quickly. And then I have this level, let's say B1 plus in Polish, that allows for these words to stick naturally because I already have a big infrastructure in my brain when it comes to Polish. For example, new words, I recognize maybe roots of words that I know. So it's just amazing what is happening and I really love it. And this is just the beginning. So I want to do it in other languages as well. Just to give you an idea of, again, the fact that rich, comprehensible content, enjoyable, rich, and comprehensible can be applied to any level. At the beginning, you don't know much, so you have to rely heavily on that. And then you become an intermediate learner, and then you move on. Even at the advanced stage in Polish, I'm using this technique. I'm sticking to content that is enjoyable, comprehensible, and rich. And this is making a huge difference. So it's not conversations anymore. Yes, I can listen to also YouTube videos, etc. But conversations, YouTube and podcasts where people talk to one another, still everyday language. Here you have descriptions of stuff. Do you get exposed to descriptive language? Not in movies, because in movies you see the action, nobody describes it to you. And you don't talk about people describing complex things in everyday conversations. So literally, you are venturing into unknown ground and you're learning a lot of vocabularies, of new words and expressions that you don't know. That's why reading is so incredible. I'm so glad I started reading since I was 10 or 11, maybe. And that made a huge difference. So once again, if you guys like reading, please find a way to read as much as you can because that's really going to make a difference. So let's go to some other questions. Let me see. Kidman, this is more like a statement. I'm your greatest African fan and your channel changed my life and went from an average Joe to a hyper polyglot who gets invited to give lectures in Kenya schools, bro. I love you. Thank you, Kidman. I'm pretty sure the merit is all yours. I haven't done anything. I'm pretty sure that you've gotten to this point. You must have done a lot of good things for you, for yourself. Alex, how do I balance multiple languages? It's hard for me because everything is so interesting. Well, I just stick to one language. As I've shown you before, I have a system. I imagine learning languages like having a family, right? Let's imagine that you speak 3 languages fluently. You've been learning one for 6 months. Maybe it's a low intermediate level. So you have, let's say, a family with 3 adults. You got 2 sons, 1 daughter. They're kind of adults. They're in their 20s. They left home. Then you got the teenager at home. And then if you want to learn, let's say, French from scratch, then you have a newborn. You have a little kid. And then you have to give that kid a lot of attention and a lot of your energy. So you have to think that.
Okay, so he's responding. The one before me or after me, he's responding. The 2 people after me, this Kidman and Alex, but he never responded me. I don't know if you have blocked me. Maybe you have blocked my account and cannot see my messages, or else he's just ignoring me. Why you don't respond my messages? And look, the comment from this clown here, this Kidman 49. I'm your greatest African fan, and your channel changed my life. I went from an average Joe to a hyper polyglot who gets invited to give lectures in Kenya schools. Bro, I love you. Nyai. Yeah, bullshit with you. Looks like some other fake hyper polyglot, liar, scammer, fraud, this Kidman 49.
Those languages in your day, as I do, because my life revolves around languages. I don't even think about using these languages; it just happens. I don't know. I read a magazine in German in the bathroom normally. Der Spiegel. I talk to my roommate in Swedish and French or Italian. I speak with my colleague in Spanish. I read a book in Polish. So that happens naturally. But then you have the languages that you want to learn. They're learning. Actively, like in this case, Turkish. For that, I need my 30 to 45 minutes sitting down. And the reality is that, all languages are really interesting, and you have to make a decision. Do you want to, get a smattering of a lot of languages, or you want to go deep into a few languages and maybe get a smattering of some other languages? It really depends on you. Some people like to go deep, some people like to go wide. It's really up to you. But the fundamental rule is always the same. The more languages you have to deal with, the more family members you have to take care of, the more effort and energy it takes. There's no way around this, unfortunately. Okay, guys, so we're approaching it's already an hour and 10 minutes. I will reply to a few more questions, but before we do, I'd like you to know, if you like this kind of information, if you want me to share more of how I learn things, I will make some videos on YouTube about how I really sit down on this desktop and how I go through things, because I think that showing how I do things in practice is really important. But let me know what you're interested in. Are you interested in webinars, in workshops, in real life demonstrations? Do you want me to focus on training, on showing you how I train my accent and my pronunciation, or how I learn grammar, how I learn vocabulary, how I use podcasts, how I use videos, how I read? So let me know in the comments any idea. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to think about the what, the how, and the when. What to show, how to show it, and when to show it. So I love sharing this thing, but I want to help you even more. So help me help you learn languages better and more efficiently and with more fun. Let's put it this way. So here we have both the iPad and the computer. It's getting a little bit overwhelming with all the questions, but let me go up. Let's see if there's some other interesting questions. Someone asks in capital letters, ¿qué es lo que enseñas en tus cursos en español? Porque quiero aprender idiomas. ¿Me puedes dar un panorama general? So basically he wants to know, what do I teach? There are two courses. There are two main flagship courses. One is called the Bidirectional Translation. One is called Overcoming the Intermediate Plateau. And we're adding a third one. The Bidirectional Translation is how to learn a language from scratch for the first 3 to 6 months. It's very structured, very well structured. It's for complete beginners learning any language. And we have the version completely in English, a version completely in Spanish. And the Overcoming the Intermediate Plateau is for people who have, let's say, an A2.
Okay, so someone asked him something in Spanish, then he responded in English. But maybe he can speak Spanish, but let's try to use another account, because maybe he have blocked me from this account. So let's try to use another account before he stopped the live stream. Okay, I used another account. Let's try here to see if I can text him before he stopped the live stream, and let's see if he will respond to me or not.
Talk about and get some directly from ChatGPT or one of the many AI tools that you have at your disposal. Get that feedback and rewrite the text. Do it once a week. Fun. Let's put it this way. Let me know what you're interested in. Do some deliberate practice. Sit down and write every day. Establish a habit of writing for 10 minutes a day. Write about something you like, something that is personal, and make sure that you get feedback from AI so that you can take that feedback and implement it to write the same text a little bit better the day after or the week after. This is how you get better at anything. You just do it every day and you get feedback, whether by artificial intelligence or a human being. Jose, What was the name of the documentary about the Finland education again? I don't remember, but I can look it up. I just can write here on YouTube, Michael Moore, Finland school system. There we go. I found it. I'm just going to share it with you. It's really fun. It's fun. It's a fun watch. So here's just, I think 10 minutes of it. There's not the entire thing. There we go. Here, just take a look. And also you can, if you want to delve into this concept of the, the why Finland is one of the best countries in the world when it comes to school education. Fascinating story behind how they changed their entire system and why it works so well. You can just type Finland education system or schooling system, and you will know why. Someone said you were saying Google Link. Maybe I did not understand correctly. Is this the same app as Google Translator? I'm not sure, Matthias, what you're referring to now with Google Links. Maybe it's a message you wrote some time ago when I was talking about something else. Oh, Google Lens. Yes, Google Lens is simply what you have on your phone. So basically, let me show you here. You have the Google icon. You can see here. I just click on the Google icon, and then you have an icon here. And if you click on it, then this is called Google Lens. It scans everything. You can take any page, like this one, right? And it scans it. Let me do it. Let me do it here. So I'm just going to scan the page. Oops. And it scans the page. And then not only scans the page, you can translate it into Italian, or you can choose the language, and then it plays it for you.
Imparare una grammatica trattino basso implicita ed esplicita apprendimento ciao. Callo nella nostra recensione dettagliata di oggi. Soprattutto al tuo livello di turco vivi 81.
So I can read the stuff in Turkish while I listen to it in Italian. I can read the book in Polish while I listen to it in Italian. This allows me to immediately understand everything. I just mark some words here and there, and it makes my reading much more fun. And for so you got Google Lens. Let me write it here. Google Lens. You have DeepL. You have LinguaThor T3. You have Chat GPT. You have Mac Whisper. And what else? You have Gemini if you want. These are the tools that you can use, a combination of these tools in order to create whatever you want. It's just amazing. Someone said King too. So you can repeat after this in every language to pretend to be able to speak 15 languages. The interesting thing about this is like I got invited to another famous podcast show, and I will go, but I will tell the authors not to ask me that question again, because I was I didn't know that he was so famous in the United States. It's a podcast series. I don't remember the name. And they asked me to, hey, so after having this long and nice discussion about, language learning, second language acquisition, they go like, hey, can you tell me this sentence in 15 languages here, spur of the moment, just give me that. And that had happened quite a few times, especially in radio shows or television. And I just come to the conclusion that people want to see the show, and it's about the show. I want to talk about, educational stuff, about how to learn languages, not show off and demonstrate that I can speak these languages. And it's a difficult thing to do. You might say, oh, well, it's just a short, simple sentence in 15 languages. Try to do that in 15 languages in front of everybody. You will see that it's difficult, and it doesn't show anything. I still remember also, I still recount this episode because it's really interesting. I made a YouTube video, actually not me, the organizer of this Polyglot conference in Moscow. And you can see and watch on YouTube. But at a certain point, we were speaking in Russian. I did not remember the word for mix, which is smies in Russian. And there's a guy who wrote, oh, you don't know the word smies in Russian, so you're not fluent in Russian, which is an interesting claim. So I'm here to help you learn languages, not to show off or anything. I have multiple videos where I speak multiple languages, but I don't think that's the main point. The main point here, what my mission here is to really share the knowledge and the skills that I've developed, the competence. And and convince you that you can learn any language you want. That we have nowadays the possibilities, the tools, we can do anything. We just have to develop the right mindset, and we have to understand how our brain learns languages. My mission is all about that. Anyway, someone said, please, the real world, how you do it, accent would be awesome. Okay, so someone said, I'm interested in your methods for time management and prioritizing languages. More reading and listening content would be helpful too. How you make difficult content more comprehensible. I've never talked about this, guys, but I can share my day. I can show you how I wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and what I do every single day, how I stack my habits, and how I've been optimizing the system. You might find it a little bit extreme, but the reality is there is freedom in structure. It might sound counterintuitive, but actually my day is much, I organize the day so that I'm actually flexible and I have much more flexibility than people who just, they go to work, they do the 9-4, whatever, the 5 hamster wheel thing. And I understand if you have a fixed job and you have to go to the office, it can be tough, but you can organize. There's amazing ways in which you can actually learn and squeeze in learning time into any day, and how you can use your energy, leverage your energy, your body, your mind in order to learn and do many things. The one thing I would say, I will say this. One thing that really changed the way I structure my day is that I removed my phone from my bed. So one very can you say deleterious in English? Deleterious habit that I had was to reach for my phone first thing in the morning, and then I did some research, and that creates a massive confusion in your head, a lot of noise, the level of cholesterol, and even impacts your hormones. And I got scared, and I started asking myself, why am I constantly confused in the morning and I can't focus for more than 20 minutes? And I removed the phone from my bed, and now I can spend 7 hours. I do actually in the morning learning languages, working. I put in in 3-4 hours, I'm able to do the work that I used to. It used to take me 7 hours, and this is just with one habit. I can share how I've my productivity stuff, because I never talk about this on YouTube, but this is one of the main reasons why I managed to learn and maintain so many languages and read a lot of books and meet friends and do whatever I want. I have limits, of course. It's just, I am a little bit sleep deprived sometimes, but I can talk about that if you guys want. I can share a day in Luca's life. That Thai show with Stu influenced me greatly as well. David, our beloved David, master and founder of LinguaThor T3, also is influenced by Stu J. Rai. And one day I should invite all the polyglots. We can do a polyglot panel on my channel live and talk about stuff. I think that would be a cool idea. Keep sharing your ideas, because normally what I do after the live, I review them all. And I think about, other things we can do. Someone said, wait, sir, it's 9 to 5. You're actually right. It's 9 to 5. I don't know what I said. It was probably said 9 to 4. Fake polyglot, only real polyglot. No, it's not 9 to 4. This is another funny comment by our beloved Alex. Someone said, Mr. Communication, you sound like a kid. He's doing it on purpose because he's my colleague, and he always comes here the last 10 minutes and just fires provocative questions just to crack me up. Someone said, let's see Luca's routine. Okay, if you want to see my routine, we can do that as well. Okay, we get 10 more minutes, guys. If you have any other questions, let me know. Well, actually, you do have other questions. I'm sorry if I skipped some questions. I don't do it on purpose. I would go through all of them. It's just that, as you can imagine, it's really difficult to manage everything here. So you have to reply, you have to look for other questions, you have to choose the question. It's really energy consuming, but it's fun. I love doing this. One more thing, I will be in Krakow the whole summer, just in case you guys are in Krakow or near Krakow, let me know. And I will do some more live shows from there. I have better internet, better equipment, and better background here, but I guess you want to hear my voice, you don't want to see the fancy stuff behind me. So what are your thoughts on learning Spanish on Udemy online classes? I have no thoughts because I've never learned Spanish on Udemy online on Udemy online classes. So That's the answer. That's the only answer I can give you. How to improve your accent. This would be so interesting to see you demonstrate the process. Anna says, shall be done at your service. Someone says, I'm interested in your methods for time management and prioritizing languages. More reading and listening content would be helpful too. How you make difficult content more comprehensible, for example. Excellent. I can do that. I've given a demonstration right now. It was, a little bit short because I didn't go through that in detail due to lack of time, but I can do that as well. Someone says, do you use Anki? How many cards a day? I've already talked about this before. I don't use Anki. I just consume content, and then I just consume a massive amount of content. I make it enjoyable, comprehensible. I choose rich content, and then I use a system to review words on and off, which is 10-20% of the time. 80% is input. I don't find Anki to my taste, but for example, David is a great. He loves Anki. I think it's a great tool if you do it on top of the usual routine of getting massive input. The only big risk is that you end up spending more time on Anki than actually listening to content that is like, I don't know, podcasts or reading novels, etc., etc. That's the biggest risk, because if you have 1 hour a day, your time slot is limited. You have to wisely choose the way you use that time. It's not just a matter of quantity; it's also a matter of quality. Tim Crackdown, great. I'm learning Polish. What is some Greek content you enjoy? Lucas asked me. It's mainly Astronio and Easy Turkish. It's Easy Turkish, Astronio, and I have a bunch of other channels that I've been watching recently. But mainly, I'm very passionate about astronomy and cosmology and Astronio. I have also books from Astronio Greek, and that's the kind of material that I like and I'm enjoying in terms of videos. While in terms of podcasts, I just religiously listen to Easy Greek, Marilena and Dimitri. If you're watching, you're great, and I love it. Greek is by far my favorite language, and I would love to go to Greece this year, but unfortunately, it ain't gonna happen. Not this year, but maybe next year. Are the reports from the Italian media true that you went to rehab for your Anki addiction? Oh man, you're crazy. So let's see. Kato, it's crazy how much motivation gives me reading all-time polyglots' thoughts on languages. Does it happen to any other top old-time polyglots? It's funny that you say that. Yosef, Kato Lomb, or Lomb Kato, as the Hungarians used to call her. It's a very famous Hungarian polyglot. Let me see if I can find it for you. How I learn languages. So here, I think you can find it for free. Yeah, there you go. You can easily find it on the internet. This is an amazing book. It's called How I Learn Languages. Lomkato, together with Steve Kaufman, Professor Arguelles Rai or Raj. She's one of my favorite polyglots. Amazing book. Read it. If you know Hungarian, read it in Hungarian. And there's also another book, which is called Babel No More, written by Michael Erard, if I'm not wrong. I don't know if it's an H. I think it's Herard, Michael Herard. I might be wrong, or Erard without an H. And it's also a fascinating book about polyglots. And polyglots, in the past, inspire me also, especially Mezzofanti, my Italian countryman, Cardinal Caspare Mezzofanti, Cato Lomb, and you also have some other. I have the books there. They're a little bit far, but you also have another one which I really like. Let me show you here if I can find her. I don't know if there's anybody who writes who speaks German. I'm gonna share this here. This is another one of my favorite books. There you go. Stroh im Kopf, Vera Birkenbill. Amazing. All her books are really great if you want to learn the craft of learning how to learn. Jeff says, Luca, you're my favorite fake polyglot. Thank you. I don't know if you guys, about this fake polyglot stuff. I made a couple of videos. I always think that you should get you know, there's always good stuff, and there are always lessons to learn from every polyglot, every person, every YouTuber, even the most negative ones. I think you can turn anything negative into a positive lesson. This has been my philosophy. You know, and when people talk about fake polyglots, I've watched a lot of people on the internet, some who claim that they speak a bunch of languages really well, then they don't. But you know, it's not it's not that relevant. I think if I understand that you might get angry if you see these people selling courses and making money out of supposedly gullible people, but you can always get a course, and if you don't like it, you just, you know, there's this refund policy, and then you go on with your life. That's what I think.
Did you notice that Luca Lampariello just put his finger on his nose now when he were talking about people selling courses, and he want to say that he's not fake or liar or a scammer? Yeah, liar, scammer, fraud. Luca Lampariello, fake polyglot, liar, scammer, fraud. Finger on the nose, you liar.
So let me see here. Shame on all of your scammers and scammer supporters. No shame in life, no dignity, no self-respect. Okay, let me see if there are other comments. We have 4 more minutes, so let's see here. What did you think about the used display of con languages in Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2? I watched the video, but I got to tell you the truth, I don't know about I haven't thought about that display of con languages. So I don't know, Byron, honestly. Luca, what is your next course going to be? When can we expect it to come out? The people are thirsty. Nom nom. Okay, so the next course is in September.
Again, his finger on his nose when he's going to talk about his next course, this scammer.
And probably we're going to do a cohort. I don't know if you guys are interested or might be possibly interested in that. We're going to Alex, my colleague, and all my team, we've been putting together a fantastic course about learning and maintaining multiple languages. We ran a poll within the academy. It looks like that and the course about moving from B2 to C2 and beyond are the most popular requests. So we decided to comply, and we're building the course as of now. So it will see the light in September. Stay tuned. Because you know, there's a lot of stuff in there. There's my system, how I organize my day. There's a lot of interviews with famous polyglots and how they organize their day, including Richard Simcott, who speaks, I don't know, 50, 60 languages, not a fake polyglot.
Luca Lampariello said that Richard Simcott can speak 50 till 60 languages. That is a big lie. No one can speak 50 till 60 languages. That's a proof that Luca Lampariello is a liar when he said that Richard Simcott can speak 50 languages. He said Richard Simcott can speak 50 till 60 languages and that he's not a fake polyglot. This is also a proof that Luca Lampariello is a liar, a very big liar.
And many more things. So I'm really proud of this course that we're putting together because it really shows what I do and how, you know, not just what I do, but how you can accomplish, how can you can learn multiple languages, maintain and learn at the same time. So it's a very comprehensible, thorough course about the whole charade, the whole thing. And the funny thing about this is that we decided to go for this course because we've realized that a lot of people in the academy and a lot of people here on YouTube, and actually the chat demonstrates that, it's proof of that, are learning multiple languages at the same time or want to learn multiple languages. So it's a topic that is in high demand. Anyway, one more, I'll address one more question. What opinion do you have on mnemonics for learning a vocab? I would say that, again, my view of that is really simple. I always stick to language learning is a simple thing at its core, but it's not easy because we make it complicated. I would say the most important thing is to, again, I know I sound a little bit repetitive, is to stick to the rule of consuming content that is enjoyable, comprehensible, and rich. And this is how you learn a lot of stuff. Because your brain builds the infrastructure, and then this infrastructure gets bigger and bigger. It's like a spider web. The flies are words, or words are flies that get stuck in the net, stuck in the spider web, the thicker it becomes. So my simple, because at its core, it's simple. My simple strategy is to focus on consuming content that you like, and then you can pay attention, you can mark words, you can put them in a you can use these words, combine these words to form sentences. This is an organic way to go about it. While mnemonics, I find it amazing to use mnemonics for certain things. I've watched, I followed a course by John Quick. Quick. That's not John Quick. I always mess it up. Jim Quick. Sorry, John Wick and Jim Quick. It's a mix. It's a mess. And he showed very amazing ways of remembering things, but that's not something I would use for language learning. Let's imagine that you're trying to remember a word using mnemonics. It just burdens your memory, because it's great to remember that word within a declarative memory environment. So if you want to remember the word and you kind of use mnemonics, is great. But then to use it on the fly, you have to use procedural memory, which is completely different circuitry in your brain. And again, language learning at its core is simple. You have to listen, you have to speak, you have to do it in an organic way where you get words, pronunciation, syntax all together in one shot. So a couple of other things before we close the whole thing. Luca, do you think that speaking to yourself can help you enough to improve quite well your speaking? Hopefully you can answer. Juan says, is self-talk great? The answer is yes. I use self-talk by using these notebooks. I have at least 30 of them. They're in here. And basically what I do is you can self-talk. You can talk to yourself if you want to. But nowadays you can either talk to Langua, for example, Langua, or any other AI tools. I've been using Langua. It's amazing. I've made a video about that. I can share it with you just in case you haven't watched it. Let me see if I can find it for you. I will tell you a little bit more about self-talk just in a second. Here we go. So I found it, and I'm gonna share this with you. So here. There you go. You should be able to see that. So as we were saying, when it comes to self-talk, I highly recommend that you always bridge input with output. So let's say that let me give you a very concrete example. Let's say that I have this podcast. I'm learning Turkish. This is a podcast about explicit versus implicit memory. And then I can just take 10 or 15 or 20 words, and then I do this. I organize it into this notebook, and then I just go through the notebook, and I use these pieces of language in order to talk to myself. So you're using input and output at the same time. You're leveraging both, right? And you can talk to yourself this way, because talking to yourself without having a base is kind of difficult. You can do that. It's a great exercise. I've been doing that for a long time, for the last 3-4 years, especially with Greek, which I really like. But nowadays, you have amazing tools where you can use this. So you can, for example, and I do this, I started doing this. You can take this content, you can extract 20 words, and then you can go, for example, to Langua, and you can use these words. Let me just show you here very quickly. If I can do that, I should be able to do that. Let me see. There's a lot of open windows here. So you should be able to see that. Let me know, guys, if you can see my screen. You should be able to see it right now. So here I am. This is a tool I've been using. This is the language of Swedish, for example. Here I can go say Greek, could be Turkish, then you save the settings. You can choose the level, intermediate, upper intermediate. Here it's upper intermediate. I'm gonna save it, and then you can just go and speak. So here you can go, I can have a conversation, chat about anything, do a role play, have a debate, grammar practice, vocab. You can even pretend to be on a date, and then you go to general conversation, you click on it. Let's see if it works. And then
Gεια Luca. Τι κάνεις? Για ποιο θέμα θα ήθελες να μιλήσουμε σήμερα?
You cannot hear the voice probably because it's going through my AirPods, but it speaks like with a native sounding voice, and then I can just reply. It gives you, for example, I can go like, Γεια σου, τι κάνεις? Είμαι καλά. You see? So here,
Μια χαρά είμαι.
you have a reply.
Ευχαριστώ. Τι έκανες σήμερα το πρωί?
So now, for example, you can see here, there's many things you can play. You can play this again. You can translate it. And it can even tell you how to say things better, which is amazing. And then you go back and forth, and then it creates an entire PDF with a lot of feedback. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the next level, meaning that this way, and I have, dozens of these conversations. This way you can really, improve your language skills. You have no stress. You're talking to a machine that knows everything. You can really talk about anything. I can tell him, hey, I learned about implicit and explicit memory. Can we talk about memory? What do you know about the brain? And you go back and forth. So it's a different.
Okay, so they blocked me, those scammers. You can see they blocked me, those scammers. Look here. They put me on some time out or blocked me. The scammers blocked me, and only he respond to what he want to respond, and say that he don't learn languages to show off. He don't learn languages to show off. I don't really care why you learn languages. He just want to talk about something else because he don't want to respond to what I told him. This fucking scammer shit, human. He never accepted the challenge, and he ignored my comment first, and after, when he respond some of the comments, then he only respond what he want. Typically a liar and a scammer will do like this. Typically a liar and a scammer will do like this. They will ignore you, and if they respond you, then they will just respond on what they want and say what they want, and they will ignore the other things. When I asked him more than one time why he didn't accept my challenge to make a live stream with me where I bring native speakers to test him in those 15 languages, he did not respond to that. Only he respond to what he want. And then people in the comment section, those disgusting piece of trash humans, those shit humans in the comment section, not all of them, but the one who responded me, some shit humans in the comment section who responded me, they only responded me to say something stupid or to make fun of me and to make some stupid childish comments. Some comments that sound like it's from some stupid kid or some abnormal human. Just some stupid abnormal comments. Luca Lampariello, you are fake and a liar and a scammer. And you know what? He make fun about it. Like he say like, oh, there's some people who say there's some fake polyglots and blah, 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 blah. You are fake and you are a liar and you are a scammer and you cannot speak 15 languages. And if you noticed end of the live stream, where before I stop the live stream here, at the end he said that Richard Simcott can speak 50 till 60 languages. So when Luca Lampariello say that Richard Simcott can speak 50 till 60 languages, do you think Luca Lampariello is an honest person? If he say that Richard Simcott can speak 50 till 60 languages, do you think Luca Lampariello is an honest person? Do you think that there is some person who can speak 50 till 60 languages? Do you think there is a human that can speak 50 till 60 languages? I'm very sure most people who can use their brain know that it's not possible for someone to speak 50 till 60 languages. So this is not possible. It's not possible to speak 50 till 60 languages. So when Luca Lampariello said that Richard Simcott can speak 50 till 60 languages, that is 100% proof that Luca Lampariello is a liar. And both of them, Luca Lampariello and Richard Simcott, they did not respond to my challenge and they did not accept my challenge. And I will show that now here, end of this video here, even I've showed on my channel before. But for people who did not watch it, I will show them now what is this challenge about. That Luca Lampariello and Richard Simcott and the other polyglot YouTubers did not respond to it. Also, you can go to my channel and watch it. Also, you can go to my channel and watch my playlist of Luca Lampariello, where I have videos where I show that he's fake and reading from a script and editing his videos. And the same with Richard Simcott and Lindy Botez and Steve Kaufman and Ollie Richards and many other polyglot YouTubers. I show on my channel that they are fake and reading from a script and editing their videos, pretending to speak many languages that they cannot speak.
Because there's a special video coming out for the 17th anniversary. I'm getting old and my YouTube channel is old, but I hope it's still a good one for you to watch. Bye-bye. Have a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend. Ciao.
Just some fucking liar, scammer, fraud, shit human, disgusting piece of trash human, disgusting humans. Some fucking scammers who have no shame in life, lying to people and fooling people and scamming people. This disgusting piece of trash human. Some fucking shit humans. And here his video, A Life of a Scammer. The life of a scammer. The life of a scammer, Luca Lampariello, the scammer master, the scammer king, him and Richard Simcott, the scammer masters. And also, as I showed you on the live stream, there was one person who asked him something in Spanish, then he responded him in English. So can Luca Lampariello really speak Spanish? I don't know. But maybe he can speak Spanish, but also I think it's not respectful that he responds someone in English when the person asks him in Spanish. For example, if there are some people who follow Luca Lampariello from other countries, but they cannot speak English or they're not good at English, what if that person have seen or watched some of Luca Lampariello's videos in Spanish before, and then he cannot speak English? Then he go to the live stream and ask him something in Spanish. Then when Luca Lampariello respond him in English, what if that person cannot understand English? I think this is not respectful. If the person asks you something in Spanish, then you should respond him in Spanish. Then you'll tell me people watching will not understand. Then what you will do, you will respond him in Spanish, and after you will tell people watching the same thing in English, what you just told him. After, you will tell people what you told him in English for other people to understand what you told him. But you respond him in English when he asks you in Spanish. That's not respectful. So can you really speak Spanish? I don't know. But what I know is that you cannot speak 15 languages. Even if you can speak Spanish, but you cannot speak 15 languages. But why, when someone asks you in Spanish, then you respond in English? I think this is really not respectful. It's disrespectful to answer someone in English when he asks you in Spanish, especially when you say that you can speak Spanish. And here is the video where I challenged Luca Lampariello to show proof that he can speak the 15 languages that he said that he can speak. I will show you the video here, and I made the same kind of video here also to Richard Simcott and Lindy Botez and Ollie Richards and Steve Kaufman, Oriental Pearl, Iklal, Zoe Languages, Mahia Polyglot, Zahra Polyglot, Ikenna, Alexander Arguelles, Cool Langs, Benny Lewis, Wouter Corduina, Language Sim, Gabriel Silva, Days and Words, Polyglot Dreams, Couch Polyglot, Hannah Sophie, Kevin Abroad, Language Jones, and also to this Big Bang official. I challenged all of them, but no one of them responded me because they're all fake lies and scammers and cannot speak all the languages that they say that they can speak. To people who already watched this, I hope you will still continue watching the video until the end. And for people who did not watch it, you can watch it now. I will show you that I challenged him. And that's why on the live stream I asked him why he did not accept the challenge. I asked him on the live stream why he did not accept the challenge, then he did not respond to that. Only he responded to other things. And I think he showed one of my comments also by mistake, where I said that he do like this to pretend to speak 15 languages when he showed some app or something. When he showed some app or program that he was using to listen how to pronounce in different languages, then I told him that he do like this in 15 languages to pretend to speak 15 languages. Then he read that comment by mistake. He opened that comment by mistake and read it by mistake. That was very funny. And of course he did not respond to it. But let's see here. I'll show you the challenge that I made here to this fake polyglot, liar, scammer, fraud, Luca Lampariello. And I made the same to the other polyglot YouTubers also that I showed you. Luca Lampariello, I challenge you to make a live stream with me where I bring native speakers in those 15 languages that you say that you can speak, so they can test you if you can really speak all those 15 languages. Here Luca Lampariello saying that he can speak 15 languages. I challenge you, Luca Lampariello, to prove that on a live stream where I bring native speakers in all those 15 languages to test you. And you can see in the thumbnail picture in the video under this one about the 11 languages, he showed the flag of USA and then Italy, Russia, France, Hungary, Greek, Poland, China, Portugal, Germany and Spain, meaning that he wants to say that he can speak those languages of those countries. And also have said that he can speak Swedish and also Danish. Then I cannot remember what is the last language. So you need to prove that you can speak those languages here on a live stream where I bring native speakers to test you if you can really do it or not. You have until 20 May 2025 to respond me on this. You have to make a video respond on this telling me that you will accept the challenge or what you will do. You have to respond me on a video on your channel, in a video on your channel. If you don't respond me or if you don't accept the challenge, it means that you cannot speak those 15 languages, and it means that you are fake and a liar and a scammer, and it means that you have been fooling people and pretending to speak 15 languages and pretending to speak many languages for many years, so you can scam people for almost 20 years now of having your YouTube channel. So you better respond on this and accept the challenge. If you don't respond or don't accept the challenge, it means that you are fake and a liar and a scammer and that you cannot speak those languages. So last chance to respond is 20 May. I might accept if you are few days late. And I know your friend Petra Stahl, whoever this Petra Stahl is watching my channel, and I also know this Petra Stahl have communication with you and comment many of your videos. So this Petra Stahl can go and tell you this, or some of the other people who are supporting you can go and tell you this, because I know many of your supporters are watching my channel. He never responded to this challenge and never accept the challenge. Also, he know about this challenge because look here, I tag him. I made at Luca Lampariello. It means that he get a notification. When I make like this in the title of the video at Luca Lampariello, then he get a notification in his YouTube about this. So he know about this, and many people who are watching my channel are supporting Luca Lampariello, because some of the scammers who are supporting those fake polyglot YouTubers are watching my videos. He never accepted the challenge, he never responded to the challenge, and also when I told him on the live stream about this, then he just ignored it and did not respond to it. And then he said something about if he sells some courses and people don't like it, then they can just claim their money back. Yeah, as if you will give money back to people that you already scam. I've already showed before. For example, Examnik, some people were complaining that Examnik scammed their money and they never get their money back. And I'm very sure Luca Lampariello do the same. Also, another thing is that, for example, Luca Lampariello or Oli Richards or some of those polyglot YouTubers, they can pretend to speak 8 or 9 or 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 or 50 languages. Even they cannot do it. And then what they will do after? Then they will find other people to make some products for them. Then they will find some professional people who know how to write a book or who know how to make some courses like that. Then maybe the book will be an okay book or good book or okay course. Then people will say, what is the problem if they sell some product that is good and okay? The problem is the reason that people bought this product is because when they watch Luca Lampariello saying that he can speak 15 languages, then they think if they buy this product in 15 different languages, then they will also be able to speak 15 languages. But that will never happen. It will never happen if people buy your products in 15 different languages that they will learn all 15 languages. Maybe if they only buy in 1 or 2 languages, maybe they will learn those languages depending on how good the product is. So it's still a lie and it's still a scam. It is a lie and it is a scam, and Luca Lampariello is a liar and a scammer. That's why he did not accept the challenge, because he cannot speak 15 languages. Okay, so I have searched here if anyone have bought the Luca Lampariello course and what they think about it. And it looks like there's some people who are complaining about it and saying that it's waste of money. Waste of money. What a waste of money. I think I will make another video showing the comments here and some other people here who also made something about this. I will show it in another video because I don't want the video to become too long. So if you want to see more about this, then be ready for another video that I will make about this. I made a video here where I challenged Luca Lampariello to make a live stream with me, where I bring native speakers in all the languages that he said that he can speak, to test him on a live stream if he can really speak all those languages. But he never responded to my challenge and he never accepted the challenge because he's fake liar and a scammer and he cannot speak all those 15 languages that he pretend that he can speak. Luca Lampariello. I told him to respond me before 20 May and accept the challenge, but he never accepted the challenge and he never responded me because he cannot speak all those 15 languages, because he's fake liar and a scammer. He cannot speak 15 languages, he's fake liar and a scammer. That's why he never responded me and never accepted the challenge. Now you are officially fake liar and a scammer, same like all the other polyglot YouTubers that I challenged and they never responded me and never accepted the challenge. And if some stupid people with no brain say that maybe he did not know about the challenge, he know about it because I made this at Luca Lampariello, so he get a notification on his YouTube channel about this. And also the live stream I just showed you, I told him several times about this challenge and he did not respond to it. And one of the people working with him, this communication something, he made fun and he see my comment. They know about this challenge, but he did not respond to the challenge, also not on the live stream. He know about this challenge and I told him about it on the live stream also, but he did not respond to it because he cannot speak 15 languages and he's a liar and a scammer. He's fake and a liar and a scammer and cannot speak 15 languages. Luca Lampariello, the scammer master.